You're watching 48 Fastcast.
All right, welcome into our 48 Fastcast. Thanks for joining us for our quick news, weather, and traffic in 10 minutes or less.
Yeah, welcome to the Fastcast. If you missed the past 2 hours of our show on the air, the big story this morning is the rain, which has thankfully moved out for the time being.
Yeah, compared to when our actual newscast started at 4:30 versus what we have on the radar right now, big improvement. Now the roads obviously still going to be wet, so watch out for ponding and puddles, plus your Monday traffic volume headaches. But for the most part, a lot of the rain has lifted off to the north. We had widespread heavy rain, thunder, lightning, nothing strong to severe this morning, but not the easiest start to another work and school week. Hope you had a great Mother's Day Sunday, though. At least it didn't rain too much yesterday, and we actually saw some peaks of sun, which at this point, so far the month of May, has not brought us much sunshine. A few isolated showers right now along the county line between DeKalb and Jackson County. A lot more widespread rainfall for areas actually off to our north and east. A big swath of rainfall right now along I-75 up into the Chattanooga metro area, but the more widespread rain with this early morning band has pushed off to the north. We'll have some dry hours from mid to late morning that allows us to warm up. There is a chance of seeing some strong to maybe marginally severe storms by the afternoon and evening. Concerns of gusty winds and maybe some pea to dime size hail. We'll take a look at your hour by hour forecast coming up.
This is your 48 First Alert Road Report, sponsored by Bankston Motorhomes.
And taking a look at our roads, we do have a crash in Priceville this morning. This is Alabama 67 and a lane is blocked. It does look like there is a little bit of movement because we were in red a few minutes ago, but now it's into orange. So hopefully that will be cleared up, but I will continue to keep my eye on it. Also still seeing some slowdowns on I-565 eastbound that will continue to pick up throughout the morning, so be aware of that. Drive time starting to pick up as well. Decatur to Huntsville 22 minutes, Athens to Huntsville 29. And it'll be slow going into Decatur starting this evening. Crews will be closing the right southbound lane of US 31 from Market Street to just north of the Riverwalk Marina. This is part of the city's larger causeway lighting project, which started in mid-April. Since the bridge has not had working lights in years, city leaders are working to install lights to make the drive safer for people. That lane closure is scheduled to start at 7 this evening and run through 6 a.m. each day until Thursday. After 6 a.m. each day, the lane will reopen to minimize the impact of morning traffic. Crews are also expected to start resurfacing about 7 miles of US 431 in Marshall County later today. That resurfacing will stretch from the north end of the Veterans Memorial Bridge over the Tennessee River in Guntersville to Cathedral Caverns Highway just to the south of Grant. There will be some lane closures during the duration of this work. The entire project is expected to wrap up by this fall.
Well, the Limestone County Sheriff's Office has found an inmate officials say walked away from a job site on Sunday. Now, the Sheriff's Office sent out a social media post asking for the public's help finding Carlton Howell. Authorities claimed he walked off his work assignment without permission. Now, no information was released about where or how he was found. A Tuscaloosa man was busted in Priceville and is now behind bars on drug trafficking charges. Priceville police tell us Jared Jennings was arrested after authorities found marijuana, more than a pound of synthetic narcotics, and other drugs inside his car. Police also say a stolen gun was found inside the vehicle. Jennings is currently on federal probation in connection with multiple weapons-related crimes.
In Huntsville, one driver faced a scary situation after her car caught fire while she was at McDonald's. This all happened at the McDonald's on University Drive just before 5:30 yesterday. The owner of the vehicle told us she was waiting for her food after going through the drive-thru when she started to hear a weird noise. Seconds later, the car burst into flames. She was able to get out safely, and the McDonald's was briefly evacuated after the car caught fire. One man was taken to the hospital in Huntsville yesterday after being shot. Huntsville police tell us that shooting happened on Grizzard Road near the Pulaski Pike and Sparkman Drive intersection around 9 Sunday morning. A house was also shot into, but no one was hurt inside the home. Police say the man who was shot was badly injured, but he is expected to survive. Authorities are not saying right now if anyone has been arrested.
A Huntsville man who shot and killed his wife in front of their baby will be sentenced this week. Reese Jones is set to be sentenced Friday after pleading guilty to manslaughter last month. Jones was arrested in 2022 after he shot and killed his wife Erin in front of their 1-year-old daughter. Now, he was originally charged with capital murder, but instead pleaded guilty to manslaughter. The district attorney's office previously told us the plea was made because Jones was drunk when the shooting happened, making his intent questionable. He is facing up to 20 years in prison. Now, Jones was released on bond long before his trial started under conditions that included him wearing an ankle monitor and staying at a rehab center. Ahead of his trial, he worked as a house manager for an addiction recovery program, but just a few months after completing the program, he was in jail again on a harassment charge. That charge was filed after another man in that recovery program claimed Jones pushed him and threatened to beat him up. Jones was released on bond again following the second arrest, but he's been in the Madison County Jail ever since pleading guilty to manslaughter.
If you live in Madison, you'll have another chance to share your thoughts and opinions regarding the city's decision to remove fluoride from the water. City leaders are holding a public hearing on the decision tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Madison utility officials decided last month to remove fluoride from the water, claiming that it was costing too much to buy and process the chemical. Tuesday's hearing will be held at the Madison Utilities Building on Ray Sanderson Drive. Well, still to come, a Huntsville City Schools elementary teacher just received a very special surprise for all of her hard work. That heartwarming story right after this break.
Well, one Huntsville elementary school teacher got the biggest surprise of her career last Friday.
Yeah, this is an amazing story. Now, that teacher was gifted $500 of school supplies from Walmart. The teacher who received that school supplies was Miss Ashley Yoakum at Challenger Elementary. Miss Yoakum is a third grade teacher at Challenger Elementary School, and her entire class came together to celebrate the big impact that she's had on all of her students. Miss Yoakum has been teaching in the Huntsville City Schools district for the past 17 years. Out of all her years teaching, she says this might be the most memorable. She added that she was shocked when she was awarded with all of the school supplies.
It's an honor, and it is something that I was not anticipating, something that I was not expecting. It has meant the world to me to be acknowledged and recognized for the hard work that I put in. Being a teacher, it's part of who I am.
And Ms. Yoakum adds that it's important to thank teachers for all of the hard work that they do every single day. They often have to spend time away from their families to grade, plan, and tutor. Eric?
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Eric Burke.
As the son of a teacher myself, yeah, Mom was always grading papers, and once I got old enough, I had to help grade those papers too. But we love our teachers, appreciate what they do. Things are mostly dry, which is a huge improvement from what we saw earlier this morning. Still anticipating another round of rain showers and storms as we go through the afternoon and evening. Now, some of these storms could be stronger. Overall threat for severe weather is low, but potential for some gusty winds, heavy rain, frequent cloud ground lightning, maybe some pea to dime size hail. And think of how much rainfall we saw on Saturday, what we saw this morning. It's not going to take a severe wind gust to potentially knock over some trees, and that's because, well, the tree roots are so loose in that soil. Here's an hour-by-hour look at the day today. Mid to late morning, we should see a dry window and actually some sunshine. That will boost temperatures into the mid-70s. Another round of widely scattered showers and storms starts to develop as we go through the afternoon into the evening commute. This is where we'll have that wind wind and hail threat, and things should be wrapping up as we get into the later evening hours, at least after sunset. If you factor in the rain today, plus what we're anticipating through the day tomorrow, we'll see 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches of additional rainfall. Temperatures on this Monday morning are mild in the low to mid 60s, and it will be a humid day. Just be on the lookout for those storms developing later on with the wind and hail threat. Same thing expected tomorrow, and then drier skies Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, heating up close to 90 by the end of the week.
This is your 48 First Alert Road Report, sponsored by Bankston Motorhomes.
And back to the roadways, we are still tracking that wreck in Priceville on Alabama 67. The lane is no longer blocked and traffic is moving along. It's still a little bit slow at 20 miles per hour. I-565 traffic still picking up. We're starting to see red this morning down to 17 miles per hour. And your drive times on this Monday morning, Decatur to Huntsville 23 minutes, Athens to Huntsville 29.
All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging with us with our 48 Fastcast. It's been a fun one.
It has been fun. Keep the umbrella handy and enjoy your day.
Yeah, have a good one.